You can act one way outside and another way inside. And we can't get away with that anymore. All of us who think we're enlightened or advanced or New Age or spiritual, we have to have the same face inside and the same face outside. We have to have the same face when we wake up in the morning as we go to bed at night. In the ancient Maya, they described the person of wisdom as the one who's acquired a true face. Because a true face is one that's true all the time. It's not different for different people, but it's true all the time. You have to work at that. To really do this thing skillfully, yeah, we each have to clean up our own house. We have to go inside, and we all really know. We just have to slow our minds down a little. We all need mind training. Slow our minds down a little, recognize what is our ego and what is our true self. The only thing that's going to get you through is your true self. You've got to learn how to recognize what that is. And once you recognize what that is, then you can know that you can recognize that all the time and in any situation. And that's the fundamental root or the basis of it. And your true self, what you see in there, what is that true self? That true self is God being happy that you recognized Him. That's what your true self is. Because God's evolving with us. The Supreme Creator, whatever you want to call that. So God, to getting divine consciousness. Becoming the Godhead. That's all real. That's all true. That's all. If one person can do it, why can't another person do it? Why? People perhaps, maybe Ramakrishna was a forerunner, but why can't we be like Ramakrishna? There's many, many different examples, and they all exist to show us any one of us can do it. Milarepa was the greatest Tibetan yogi, and he practiced black magic and killed lots of people. But he still made it through. Even Moses killed someone when he was a teenager. Everyone's got something to. But the only reason we have stuff like that is so we have something to quote unquote overcome, and beneath that see, oh, that's our true self in there. So that's the spirit. That's the essence, really, of the spiritual journey that individually we have to make. So we understand that we can get to this place of, because we need to have a clear mind if we're going to be able to affect a change that is a utilization of what we might call a psycho-spiritual technology. We have to be really clear and free of our ego. If we're going to work in a group together to create some kind of change, if we're going to coordinate ourselves around the planet to create a group telepathic field, because that's what we try to do with these prayers, with the global prayers, with the global meditations. We're trying to create a planetary telepathic field. These are all kind of proto-noospheric exercises. But we need to create something that will be the equivalent and even greater than the atomic bomb, but of a positive psycho-mental spiritual nature. We need to create that. That's the only way that we will end the War on Terror. The War on Terror really began on August 6th, 1945. Because those states that now hold the bomb, those are the states that are the terrorist states, because those are the weapons of terror. And they don't want of course they don't want anyone else to have those weapons. Of course no one wants anyone else to have them, but they don't want anyone else to have them, but they won't dismantle their own. That's the terrorism. And the only way that we're going to end that is by an act of a psychomental, spiritual, technological act that is so stunning and so obviously demonstrable that it will blow everybody's mind forever. People will say, I don't think I want my gun anymore. That's too far out. We can really do that? That's what we have to do. Those of us who think we're in the enlightened minority, who are going ahead, we have to really be able to spiritually unify. We have to really be able to coordinate ourselves telepathically all over the planet. And we really have to have some type of goal that says we can do something that's the equivalent of the spiritual atomic bomb. But something that is every bit as positive in its effects and long-lasting as the atomic bomb has. The atomic bomb changed the geology and the psychology of the Earth forever. So to change that, you need something even greater. But it has to be positive. Because if it was greater, more negative, that would be the end. So we need something even greater than that, that's positive. Everybody did everybody get one of these? If you didn't get one, we got more of these. Okay. What we're seeing here is a visualization of something that we refer to as the circumpolar rainbow bridge. Circumpolar rainbow bridge, meaning it goes around the poles of the Earth. See that? Everyone's got one of these you can see. You can see the Earth there, and then the rainbows follow the form of the electromagnetic radiation belts. So I said the radiation belts create a kind of donut shape around the Earth. And within the radiation belts is what's referred to as the noospheric thinking regulator, which is called the Psi Bank, PSI. Psi Bank, that's detailed in my book, Earth Ascending. And it's the Psi Bank that regulates all the different thinking layers that exist. So, what you're seeing here then, the rainbow then, that you see, the double rainbow, it's the rainbow bridge circumpolar, that follows the form of the radiation belts. In other words, where the violet is on the inside, that would be toward the lower radiation belt, right, where the heavier protons are, and then on the red end up here, that's the outer radiation belt where the lighter electrons are. Okay? And then those belts go in and the rainbow then would be like the field, the noospheric field between the two radiation belts. Okay. So we know that when there's an excess, and we know also that, for instance, that since the supernova 1987A, that supercharged our local star, the Sun,